What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Ken. I'm back with another video. But as you can see, man, we got the dirtiest, most inappropriate jokes on SpongeBob. You feel me? This show wasn't just made for kids. You feel me? So yeah, man, let's get into it. Enough said. Let's get it.
Hey, wavy boy.
It seems like a lot of children's shows slip in a few jokes for adult viewers that will be disregarded by the kids, but creators of SpongeBob
I might have to turn the quality up for y'all, man.
SquarePants have included quite a few. In the nearly 20 years since the energetic sponge first came into our lives, kids as well as adults have fallen in love with the show's unique humor and its colorful, quirky characters. However, there are some jokes and references that most people never noticed or simply ignored when watching the show. So hold on tight as we dive into the peculiar world down at Bikini Bottom to show you 10 inappropriate SpongeBob jokes Nickelodeon probably regrets. Even though SpongeBob SquarePants doesn't have any direct connections to drugs or alcohol and runs on the children-friendly network Nickelodeon, there are several subtle drug references and jokes on the show that apparently slipped by the network's censors. One of the best examples is the episode Best Day Ever, which is episode 20 of season 4, and thus a reference to the holiday of 420, the day on which cannabis culture celebrates the popular drug. Since most viewers don't keep track of the number of episodes though, a lot of people miss this subtle reference. Besides drug references, there are also numerous sexual jokes on the popular children's show. One of the most popular examples comes from the episode Gary Takes a Bath, where SpongeBob is trying to get Gary to take his bath. As usual, the snail doesn't want to take it, and SpongeBob tries his best to trick him into going into the tub. At one point during this whole procedure, SpongeBob hands Gary soap and tells him not to drop it. While this will surely be disregarded by kids, it is clearly a joke alluding to prison rape, which SpongeBob creators slipped into the popular cartoon.
Brooch. I don't know what a snail would want with a brooch. Now, why don't you just get in the tub?
Due to his great popularity, SpongeBob has a pretty busy schedule trying to keep up between all of his friends and hobbies, which becomes especially obvious in the episode Overbooked, where he struggles to keep all his promises to his friends. In the midst of all the stress of running around, SpongeBob is a little late with buying a cake for Patrick's birthday. That means he has to buy the only cake the bakery has left, which is a cake that reads "Sorry about the scabies" in purple icing. This joke goes over most kids' heads, of course, as they have no clue that scabies is an STD that involves burrowing mites that cause rashes, but it surely makes adults shudder with disgust. In the beginning of the episode The Play's the Thing, the mailman comes to deliver a letter from famous producer Barry Barracuda, saying that they will not be producing Squidward's play. Since the aspiring playwright is not around, SpongeBob decides to improvise and blows up several balloons in order to make a stand-in Squidward, which scares the living hell out of the mailman. While this may be nothing out of the ordinary in a SpongeBob episode, there is one little detail that Nickelodeon probably wish they had paid more attention to, because the balloons that SpongeBob is using are actually condoms. And before you say that they could well be oblong balloons, let us ask you one question. Since when do long balloons have reservoir tips?
Hello. Yoo-hoo! Mail delivery.
Hello, I'm Squidward.
When Patrick and SpongeBob go to a jousting match in the episode Dunces and Dragons, an employee of Medieval Moments welcomes them and points them to the jousting arena. After correcting the employee's bad old English, SpongeBob and Patrick make their way towards the arena giggling, while the camera stays with the employee who is dressed as a castle guard. He then points his spear towards his neck for a moment before lowering it again and muttering, "Someday, but not today." This is a pretty dark moment in a usually quite joyful children's show, and it is quite surprising that the SpongeBob SquarePants writers actually managed to slip this reference to suicide by Nickelodeon censors.
I believe thou meant to say, writeth this wayeth.
Someday, but not today.
The episode Your Shoes Untied begins with a very adult joke that has nothing to do with the rest of the story. We can see SpongeBob watching a sea anemone on TV dancing to some pole dancing music, swinging to and fro, and our favorite Sponge even leans forwards to watch what's happening on the screen closely. However, when Gary sneaks up on him from behind, SpongeBob immediately changes the channel to football and nervously claims that he was looking for the sports channel. Obviously, SpongeBob was watching some late night program that wasn't meant for innocent eyes, as his nervous reaction, the quick changing of the channel, and the classic excuse of watching the sports channel all show. In the episode My Pretty Seahorse, SpongeBob ties his seahorse Mystery up outside the Krusty Krab in one scene, and while she is waiting out front, two strangers approach her. They believe Mystery is a new ride that Mr. Krabs got for patrons of his restaurant and begin looking for a coin slot to start it. They soon find a slot, but when trying to insert the coin, one of the fish gets kicked and flies through the air into a mushroom cloud, which makes you wonder what kind of slot the two must have found on a live animal that would prompt it to kick someone so hard that they would culminate in a nuclear explosion.
Hey, look! Mr. Krabs put in a kiddie ride!
Why don't you try it out?
I can't find the coin slot! Here it is!
When Mr. Krabs starts selling hot dogs made from Krabby Patty meat, along with other items on the menu, the Krusty Dog becomes even more popular than Bikini Bottom's favorite burger. As a consequence, Mr. Krabs takes the Krabby Patty burger off the menu, giving SpongeBob a panic attack. He and Squidward decide to take matters into their own hands and stop the Krusty Dog's popularity, as well as get Squidward out of a humiliating Krusty Dog costume. The two decide to hatch a plan that will make this wiener thing blow up in Mr. Krabs' face. There aren't a lot of things that make people laugh like wiener jokes, especially when they are snuck into a seemingly innocent children's cartoon.
Hey, I'd like to request a wiener.
Me too.
Wieners! Wieners!
Squidward, what's that noise?
Excruciating.
Up here, boy. Take a look.
I can't read it from here, Mr. Krab.
It says, Krusty Dogs only $3.99 or $4.99 with cheese.
$4.99? That's highway robbery.
I did not get that one at all. I mean, I get the little wiener joke, but I don't know, man. I just didn't get it.
After Mr. Krabs falsely accuses Squidward of stealing his first dime, a sulky Squidward decides to quit his job in the episode Can You Spare a Dime? Finding out that Squidward is unemployed, SpongeBob agrees to let him stay in his pineapple for a while. Of course, Squidward soon becomes a burden on the Good Samaritan, which goes so far that he even requires SpongeBob to serve him food in bed, dressed in a French maid outfit. While this is obviously degrading to SpongeBob, it could also be seen as sexually deviant, since French maid outfits are generally associated with lewd sexual fantasies, something that will be disregarded by kids but is surely not a joke that Nickelodeon would want in any of their children's cartoons. In the episode Texas, Sandy is so homesick that Patrick suggests that they bring a bit of Texas down to Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob is delighted with this idea and compliments his best friend by telling him that his genius is showing, which causes Patrick to immediately cover his crotch in shock. Of course, Patrick wanting to cover his sixth arm is another joke that will be going over the heads of any kids, but if you love wiener jokes, this is definitely one of the best ones that ever slipped past Nickelodeon censors.
What is it?
Can't you see? It's Texas.
Texas? What's a Texas?
Oh, it's nothing but a memory now. You know, all of a sudden I don't feel much like sandcastles, SpongeBob. I'll see y'all later.
Sandy? Boy, I hope Sandy doesn't attack me from behind. Surf's up, Sandy.
No thanks.
Boy, there's nothing like going jellyfishing. She really misses Texas.
Well, let's go get some Texas and bring it down here.
That's it. Patrick, your genius is showing.
Where?
Man. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And while you're subscribing, make sure you turn on post notifications because I'll be posting bangers all week. And I'm sure you won't want to miss any of them great videos. So yeah, man, with that being said, follow me on my socials at the bottom of the screen. And I'm pretty sure y'all enjoy the videos coming tomorrow and the days after, man. So yeah, man, just subscribe and turn on post notifications. Yeah, man, I'm gone. I'll see y'all another day. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gone.
Jesus said, I am the way.